Hey everyone, welcome back to Damis today. Today we are diving into one of my favorite topics, how to teach yourself art. I'm a software artist and I thought it would be nice to teach you guys tips on how to teach yourself art. If you are just starting out or looking to improve your skills, I have got 10 practical tips to help you on your self-taught art journey. So grab a sketchbook and let's get started. So tip one, start with the basics. It might be tempting to dive right into painting detailed sketches, portraits, and painting landscapes. But trust me, learning the basics is the key. Focus on mastering shapes, lines, and shading techniques. Think of this as the building blocks to your art journey. Tip two, this is my favorite tip. Use free online sources. I love this tip because it really helped me becoming the artist that I am today. I used a lot of free online sources, especially YouTube, and I also started with Skillshare. We are lucky to have so many free online sources to use to teach ourselves. So use this to your advantage. There are YouTube tutorials on how to draw portraits, there are art blogs, and there are courses on Skillshare that you can take. And as you are learning these free online courses, make use of different mediums. Try out different mediums during this period to know which one you are better with or which one you prefer. Tip 3, practice daily. Even 10 minutes every day is a lot. When I first started taking art seriously in 2022, I bought a very cheap sketchbook and a mat set to try practicing and sketching every day. I'm going to show you the sketchbook right now. See, very cheap one, and this was my first sketch. Guess who that is? Me. Me. Can you believe it? do we do we look alike? Do we look alike? No. Um. Oh yes, I drew soju. I remember this. I'm a K drama lover, so I drew soju. What's this? I don't know. I drew a girl that I don't know. I can't even remember where I saw this. And then what again? Oh, popcorn and coke. Different things. This was Mufasa. Not Mufasa, but yeah, it was Mufasa. Look at it. This is a landscape sketch that I did. What again? Aha! This is a proud one I'm very proud of. This is car. I think I tried with this car. And then oh oh my god, Ariel. You're so bad. Mm. I remember that this one I learned from a YouTube video I was watching. I can't right now I'm forgetting the name of the artist, but I know it does tutorials, art tutorials. From one of his videos, that's how I drew this, and I don't know. Oh, Itachi Uchiha. Not good, but hey, God, this one is from a K drama. Um, what's the name of that K drama? I'll put it on the screen. This person looks like Bobrisky for my Nigerians. You know what I mean? But it's not Bobrisky I was trying to draw. See, monster can. So there's just a lot of things that I did in this sketchbook that were good, they were bad. Oh, see my dragon. They were good, they were bad, they were terrible ones. Oh my god. I tried to draw my mother. This one was so bad. My mother does not look like this. I attempted to draw myself again. So bad. So bad. So I think that's the last of it from this sketchbook. So the sketchbook I showed you was when I started in 2022. But keep in mind that I already tried out art in 2020. And one incident like that made me give up on art in 2022. I'm going to I'm going to share more on that later on as we are talking about the tips. But let's talk about this practicing every day. Consistency is key. You have to keep practicing. No matter how bad it is, just continue to try. And you will see that with time you would improve. From my sketchbook, you can see the improvements. Yeah, you can see the improvement for some of my artwork. So keep in mind that you have to keep practicing and practicing. 10 minutes is a lot every day. Tip number 4, focus on observation. Art is all about observation. Focus on drawing things from life, things around you. I don't mean you have to draw something that as you're seeing and you should be drawing it. You can do that, or you can also download a picture as reference and just draw it. So focus on drawing things that you can see. The more you train your eyes to see details, the better your art will get. I remember that when I first started my art journey, I began to notice things that I didn't used to notice before. I began to notice the way the light shines into a room, the reflection in someone's eyes. I even began to notice the color of people's eyes. I did not used to see those things before. But as an artist, because you observe things around you, you start to notice those things. Tip number 5, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are a part of the process. Don't be afraid or don't give up when your drawing doesn't come out exactly as you imagined. Learn from those mistakes and remember that they are just stepping stones in your art journey. As I said earlier, I tried art in 2020 before I even tried again in 2022. So don't be like me and give up because something did not come out exactly the way you wanted. So let me show you the sketchbook I first bought that during that period in 2020. So these eyes were things I learned from Skillshare. I learned them from Skillshare. You can see, as in they were really nice. I tried. But then I rushed ahead of myself because I was just starting with the basics. Like I said, learn the basics. But the first thing I drew were eyes, and then I thought I could draw a portrait, and I tried drawing one of my favorite anime characters, and whew, let me just show you so that you people can judge. So can you tell who this character is? That's Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. But that is not Naruto. So bad. So I gave up after this drawing came out the way it did. I gave up and I started again in 2022 because I really realized that I really wanted to make art. So don't be like me, don't just give up. Because if you are really someone that wants to do art, it will find a way to come back to you, like it did to me. And don't get discouraged when your drawings don't come out exactly as you envisioned. Because even pro artists have bad days. So if they can have bad days, that means the beginner can have bad days too. Tip number 6, study other artists. One of the best ways to learn is to study other artists. Just look at what they do and see what you can recreate. Follow artists on social media, read art books. I don't actually do this, but what does not work for me might work for you. So you can do that. And also visit galleries. This is something I have been meaning to do. I'm going to start visiting galleries now just to get inspiration and see what other artists are doing with their artworks. Tip number 7, try out different mediums. So I said this in my previous video about finding your art style, and I think it also applies to teaching yourself art. Try out different mediums, experiment with different mediums. You might start out with using pencils, sketches, and all that, but you might find that along the way you prefer acrylic or watercolor or even digital art. Trying out different materials helps expand your skill set and keeps things fun. Tip number 8, break down complex images. When you are working on something complex like a portrait or landscape, break it down into different shapes. Some artists will break down their portraits or landscape into by drawing different shapes and then molding it into what they want. But for me, I can't do that. I just have to sketch out everything, and I don't mean small sketches. I mean like if I want to draw a portrait, I have to sketch everything out, including the contours, where I want to put the tint, the shades. I have to trace it all out so that I know what to put where I want to put what. Like if I want to make this place a tint, I will know that this is supposed to be the tint, this is supposed to be where the shade is. So I have to sketch everything out. So I'm going to put one of my portraits up on the screen for you guys to see. This is Fela's portrait, and when I painted this portrait, you can see that all the lines and all the contours, all everything, I traced it out so that I can know where to put what. And this is what helps me break down my complex portraits, my complex artworks. Doing this makes things less overwhelming, and it will give you a strong foundation to build on. Tip number 9: set small achievable goals. Set small goals for yourself, whether it's learning how to shade or making sure you draw one thing per week. These small wins will keep you motivated and help you develop your skill over time. Tip number 10: have fun and be patient with yourself. Finally, this is the most important tip. Art should be enjoyable, so have fun with it. It is easy to get frustrated when things don't go perfectly, but remember, art is a process. You need to enjoy that process. Don't put too much stress on yourself. What your art was 4 years ago is not going to be the same. As you can see from the the sketchbooks I showed you, what I do in 2020 is not something that I drew in 2022. But even in that 2022, there were hiccups. But you could see that my sketchbook in 2022, I was having fun. I was just drawing things. Anything I saw, I was just drawing. So have fun and enjoy the process. Be patient with yourself and celebrate every bit of progress. And we have come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope these tips help you on your journey to becoming a self-taught artist. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your favorite tip or what you would like to learn next. See you in the next video. Happy creating.